Hello and welcome to Harvester. Um, I've heard that you need some help making sure that you know what's going on with the tech booth so you can put on a presentation. Um, so I'm not sure what you need to know, so I'm going to tell you pretty much anything and everything you could possibly need to know. And I hope it helps you out. And I also hope that it's extensive enough that you could feel confident telling anyone to watch this series of videos and feel fairly confident putting them up here, or at least get so things work. You might not know everything. I don't know everything, but at least you'll be able to put on a service, a get together, a meeting, and have it be functional. And this what I'm telling you should be enough that you can get the job done. So let's get started, and I will start with everything shut down completely. And when you're done, hopefully it'll look like we're starting here with everything shut down. But let's begin by getting everything started and putting everything together, from getting all the technology working to putting together a presentation. So once again, let's get started. Alrighty, hopefully this helps out. I'm not sure of the names, but hopefully this helps you set up for your presentation this upcoming week. First, we got to get all the lights on. Coming into the main room, then on the wall here you have your main lights, this is the switch that doesn't have a label, just individual switch. Over here on the wall, currently these lights are off, but first row lights, second row lights, third row lights, which are your stage lights. And then over here are your overhead lights, which are the rows of lights up top. Might sound simple enough, but those switches are on this wall, and there's only, for the overhead lights, there's just the 3 working switches. These switches don't do anything. So that's your lights as far as that goes. We also have these floodlights, which are stage lights, which you may or may not need. And you're going to get those by turning on this computer, the first one on your left as you come in. If the program's off, it's called Vista, and then Vista gets turned on, and then right here, play, walk in, play, message, and there's some background lights. And then these floodlights aren't on right now, but that's because overhead floodlights is currently off, but we're going to switch those on, and in seconds we should have light from them to stage, and you can see how the stage is brighter. Those lights are on. So now all the lights are on, let's get the screen set up. Not sure what that sound was. So next you have your screens, which you have your main screen, back wall, side TV. You have usually I go directly under the screens. This is your back wall coming up here. Your main screen, and if you see it's yellow light, usually it turns green. Your screens here and here, your side screens, the remote works the same. And red light turns blue, then you're good to go. Let me turn those screens on, and we'll move to putting together your presentation and turning on the audio. I'll also say quickly with the projectors. This is your main screen one. This is your on, this is your off. Please don't forget to turn these off when you're done. This is your back wall, same idea. Like I said, I usually stand directly under those. And then your side TVs, you pretty much use like a remote. You stand where you can see it, point at it. Red turns blue, and you're gonna have screens. Your back screen being for whoever your presenter is, so you don't have to look so much at your notes, but look up at your presentation. Okay, we have the screen on. The screens off to the side are showing blue, and also our back projector is on. Just so you know, this middle computer here, you don't have to worry about. That's usually for video streaming on Sundays, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's get the soundboard turned on. Well, in addition to the soundboard, let's get the soundboard as well as the computer monitors turned on, because you'll probably have to turn them on. They're probably not going to be on when you arrive here, and you also may have to worry about turning on the power to your main presentation computer. I understand some of this you can probably figure out for yourself, but it's probably easier that it's explained. This set of screens, keyboard, hard drive are going to be what your person doing the projecting, running the presentation from the back will be using. So if the hard drive is not turned on, you can see the power button right there, and if it happens to be on, then you got nothing to worry about. It's ready to go. You just move on to the screens. If it's turned off, then there you are. If you have anything to add that's from, say, thumb drive, I recommended Google Drive. If you have anything that's USB, then you would connect here and then go to your file searching on your computer. If you've plugged in to move something from one place to another, you should know what I'm talking about. Screens, all of them, bottom, right side. This is the same as the computer that we have off on the end there. My drink for later, my cherry Coke as well. But all of the screens get turned on and off by the bottom right button, and it's the furthest right button I'm feeling right there. So that's turning on your computer. Let's turn on the sound booth, which there's going to be two switches here. You have one that's under here, which should be in the off position when you get here. You flip that switch over here, yeah, switch here, and give it a few seconds. And let there be light. And that's turning on your soundboard. Now let's get to the different microphones that you may be using. Okay, looking at the board, you have your different channels. This is mostly your mics, 1 through 16. If you're going to use a wired handheld mic, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are all under the stage. Also, your podium microphone is going to be number 10. I think mute explains itself. You can adjust the audio from the sliders here, or if you select the individual channel, then up here you can turn the gain up or down. Most people use the sliders because that's simpler, And also, when you first get to the board, make sure to turn the master on. That's going to be to the right at all times. That's going to be over here, if you can see, over this right here, and that's going to be your speakers. And then if you're going to use the computer for, let's see, this would be your wireless packs. I don't think we're going to be using any of those. This here, this channel right here is your computer. So if you're playing any videos off a computer, then same idea, but you would just hit the button for your auxiliary FSB or blue here, microphones, and as you can see, it's just a push of a button, and that's your soundboard. Also, when you're done, don't forget to, you don't have to worry about the main slider, I don't think, but don't forget when you're done, then flip off the switch here, flip off the switch under here, and just don't leave it on so it remains on until the next time someone's in here wondering why it's still on. Same thing goes for turning off the computers. You usually don't have to worry about turning off the hard drive, but the computer screens, this one, that one down there, I know I may be over-explaining things, but I'd rather over-explain and you don't have any questions than under-explain this and then you have to ask a bunch of questions, which takes time and going back and forth. I'm trying to get this all done at once. So let's move on to putting together a presentation. Okay, now to the main computer. Right now, since we don't have our presentation program on right now, we have the blank screen up there, the computer background screen. Let's get the presentation software up there and let's go to our bottom taskbar, and you're gonna see this little orange thing here, and that is ProPresenter. So let's turn that on and it's going to load up, and so that's how you're gonna get your get off of having that screen up there, and I'll get to you once it turns on. Okay, now ProPresenter's on. It's probably going to look a little bit different, maybe not, because there's nothing in the presentation, but for just to make things easier on you, over here, Library Boy Scouts, and we have a playlist here, which is for the Scouts as well. So this will be, this is what our services usually look like. You probably won't need the headers. You'll probably just need the PowerPoint put in there, whatever slides you're looking to do, whatever videos you're looking to do, and I'll cover that. The headers aren't necessary, but if you do want to put a header placeholder to divide things up for your use, then these are the headers are fairly intuitive. It's just you add one, it doesn't have a name, and actually let me go to Boy Scouts, go ahead and add a header. Yeah, just name it, and let's go ahead and leave that as header. You can change the color, and pretty simple. That's just to divide up your presentation for your own sake, but I have these put together. Down at the bottom of the screen, you have your media bin, which will be importing videos. I'll show you that in shortly. At the top of the screen over here, this toggles getting rid of the media bin. So if you don't see the media bin, it's often turned off on Sundays because we don't need it. We need more of this screen. Then up here, media is what turns that off and on. So we have an empty presentation under Boy Scouts. Once again, on the left here, let's go back to Scouts. Let's add some stuff to it. I don't think I have to explain how to open the internet or how to get to Chrome, I wouldn't worry about this, but type in Google Drive and open your drive, get your files. I'll pull some of mine up so you know how to import stuff, or actually where to find things, and we'll go from there. Okay, I've just downloaded something. Let me go to the desktop real quick. Up here, I put together a folder for you guys to put your stuff together once you download it. But downloads is pretty much like you use on your own computer. I understand you probably know how to do this. It's something that you do every day with the computer, but I'm just trying to make sure that I cover absolutely anything possible. So that's my example is in the Boy Scouts folder, and I'm going to go back to ProPresenter and put it in. So we're back to ProPresenter. Let me get the picture that I have. Up on the top left, you have File, Import, and you got PowerPoints. I think I'll cover that later. File, Media, and let me go to the desktop where I put the picture that I want to add. Media import. I also created a media playlist down here for Scouts, so let's import that. Import here, grab, drag, and let's actually put something on the screen, which you can see the pumpkin with the cat now, and that's the current slide we have on ProPresenter. And so that's importing, and for video you would download your video, import the same. Once again, you go File, Import, Media, pick your media, open, and then Playlist, pick Scouts, and then it'll be down here, and it'll be here to play. If you have a video, I think you're looking to do PowerPoint, I'll look to pull one of those up in just a second. Once again, like last time, File, Import, PowerPoint, which I'm gonna just take a random one that we should have. Let me see if I can find one. I think this should work. Okay, pops up library. Let's throw it in Scouts library. That'll be available there. And from this screen, I believe we can put it that's under, dragged it over to Scouts here. And so here we have our PowerPoint. Click the slide, and you can see it up there, and just either left to right, or you also have the mouse to work with. Take a mouse, click it, and that's how the PowerPoints work. Let me go to an active playlist that we have that I've been using the last few days. To get to the playlist, just click one of the one of the things under your playlist there, and then click one of the slides to get there. So we have just static slides here, and they are just individual. So if you have individual just graphics or pictures, then that's what each of these are, and you just click the play buttons. This is a video. For example, if you want to, over here, you can see the video, you can stop it, grab it, advance it if you need to, and that's that, I think. Let's go back to a static slide. When you get to the end of your video, I'm not entirely sure how to make it roll to the next one. So just click on one of your static slides if you happen to have a video. If you happen to want to get rid of the audio for some reason on your presentation, then I think you saw what I clicked, but yeah, you can adjust the volume, you can mute it. That's under Inspector, so hopefully that was helpful. In a sound booth, if you happen to see it, there's, if you have your slideshow, then here's a clicker. Your power is on the left side here, and let's see how that works. If you see within where the light, it seems to get lighter towards the stage. If you're in that range or somewhere on the stage, then this seems to be how the clicker, the range where the clicker works. You have go backwards, left, right, move forwards. Fairly simple. If you have videos outside the slideshow, if you have slides outside the slideshow, I think this just works with a slideshow. To be honest, I'm kind of learning this myself. So let's move a little further out. Just seems like you can also do it out here some. Didn't seem to be working earlier, but I figure you'll be mainly doing it from the stage. So that's if the person is running their PowerPoint from the front, and hopefully that was helpful. So hopefully that just about covered everything that you could potentially need to know to help you out for your presentation. Once again, you got your individual slides, you got videos that you can put in here. If it's a video or a file, then import media and it'll appear in here. Don't forget I've made dedicated Boy Scout playlist and library, which library once again is your PowerPoint, which that will be empty when you get here. You saw what it looked like when it was bare bones. Media will be down here. That's your videos, audio. You saw how it's as simple as, let me go down once again to the VBS page since I'm used to that one. That's just simply just grab it, drag it over, and you saw how to do the different dividers and so that covers that. But let's work on, don't forget to I think that you're supposed to leave things better than you found it. Hopefully you can. ProPresenter, fairly simple. Shut that down. Get rid of all the extra screens. And then once again, same button that you had before on all of your screens, bottom right. Down here, turn that off. This is pretty much a sequence I go with. Under here, down there. Lights, you can actually get all of these all at once, so you just have to worry about your overhead lights, which is hopefully haven't clicked off. You'll actually want to know this one over here. There's this button, release. You can see the back lights and the top lights are gone. Don't forget to take the remotes, and what's green or on the small screens will be blue. Those will turn red. You'll see them turn off. We prefer not to have our screens turned on when we come in. Same with the soundboard. So hopefully I've explained everything well enough that you don't have to worry about that. This switch I'm going to turn off in 3, 2, 1, and you can see that it takes everything out. So if you flip that switch, some of the lights might already be on, and once again you'll just adjust them by what's on the wall over there. Should you happen to need a microphone, which if you happen to need one, then I would probably contact the church to ask that one be put out, set up. I think you're just going to have the podium set up, but if you need a corded mic like this, then that's what these panels are. They usually hide our microphones and our cables. So in case that's relevant, hopefully this helps. One more time on the soundboard, once you turn it on, don't forget the main, which you can see right here. Get that off as 0, turn that up because it'll start at 0. I've had times when I've come up here, wondered why in the world am I not getting audio? I'm doing everything else right, and it comes down, and then finally I get audio because I happen to push this slider up. So I know I explained this before. I'm pretty sure you understood that, but there's nothing worse than having everything ready to go and you can't hear anything. Also, don't forget to test your mics before your presentation and make sure they're at the right levels. If you've run a soundboard, then you should know that. And also have whoever's testing it speak as if they're or sing however they're presenting. Have them present in the same way. Don't simply go test 1 2 unless that's what they're going to be doing. Have them explain their day, and you can test your volume that way, so it's more natural and you don't have to adjust as much. So that's just a little bit of advice as far as that goes. Okay, I think that covers absolutely anything and everything you could possibly want to know about turning everything on, turning everything off, putting together a ProPresenter presentation. I understand that maybe you could figure most of this stuff out. Maybe you know some of this stuff. Maybe you've worked with similar software or computers or soundboard. You're experienced, but I'm fairly comfortable with these as well, and sometimes I make mistakes. So I understand this might have been painfully thorough, but I'd rather explain everything and help you get it right the first time than not explain it and you don't know. And so I tried to explain it as if somebody has absolutely no idea how anything works in here, and hopefully I've made them at least a functional novice, if not maybe an expert, because I think there's people who may have worked up here for weeks, months, more than just every once in a while, and maybe they don't know some of this or how to explain this way. So As I've said a few times, I hope this has been helpful, and I understand that it's taken a bit of your time, but I hope it was time well spent and you have a great experience using our sanctuary. So thank you for being here at Harvester, and hopefully you have a great presentation, service, get together, and have a great day. Bye.